Hello, hello! Welcome back to my stream. It is I, your humble host Sketchy, once again. Unfortunately, we had a bit of a delay today, an hour of it. As it happens, sometimes real life interferes and delays happen. Especially on Mondays in my case. I'm trying to avoid this every time, and every time I'm wrong. Well, not every time, but often enough. But, nonetheless, we can start and continue the story of chapter 7th? Yeah, chapter 7th of Reverse 1999. What happened since the last stream? Right. I leveled up my team a lot through the weekend. Not in levels alone, but
Stop
Euphoria
talking.
for both
It's time for a
Tooth
checkup.
Fairy,
Please open your
Anan
mouth.
Lee is maxed. Both of them. And I've got Sodesby with her Euphoria upgraded to level 2. And Isolde
Please,
also
have
on
a
level
seat.
2. So we have a
It'll always be
little bit of
easier.
variety that we can use. The resonance is also bumped.
Typhon's movie party.
For Anan Lee and Tooth Fairy it's at 10.
Stop talking. It's time
Also for
for
Paper Heron.
Oh, it's you.
And
still settling
for
in.
Sodesby and Isolde it's 9 for now. I'm trying to bump it up as well. So, my team is looking pretty good now. I'll brag for a little bit. On main bulletin, I'm at triple S on every investigation. I could probably bump this one a little bit now to red variant of triple S. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with this outcome. Especially since I'm a pretty fresh player, all things considered. That's nice. Okay, we should be able to just breeze through the story for the foreseeable future. I can usually end every normal battle in one round at the moment with my team. That's a thing. We've ended at part 12. Okay. We probably won't be able to finish it today, but we should be able to get through the most of it. Huh. You know what? Before I jump into it, I'll do a single pull on Paper Heron's banner, because I'm trying to get her copies. Because I know for a fact that I will be using her for a long time, so why not? Let's try it. It's certainly worthwhile. I'll do one pull now and one pull at the end of the stream. That's all I can afford for the time. Okay, what is it? That's a 5-star, right? Right. Okay, open all. Oh, someone new. Who is it?
Ah, the troopers are here. Get out of... Huh? You're not one of them? I am so sorry.
Cute. Fair enough. What do you do? DPS Dispeller. Oh. Okay. Spells all stats up, pulse status and counter statuses from all enemies. Huh. Okay, interesting. Could be useful for some really hard fights. For example, that Lorelei boss. Am I spelling it correctly?
Why
The one
sudden
in
look?
Windows to
Something
the
weighing
Other
on you?
Worlds, the alternative route. It's still kicking my ass, so maybe she will be the answer. We'll see. Alright, let's jump right into it. What's this? A verse from an unknown source recorded on a scroll. Read it. Bang! In the distance, something falls. The cup drains the wine, tired eyes dry out the sun. Everyone clings to the remaining days. The body speaks to its guests. Who builds also uses the same hand to destroy, to peel open the rock walls. The scar is a perfect circle. A death tied with a knot, thus the end. Only it remains, the wilderness. Everything extraneous swarming in. Just like that, they talk about the bottom sky. I have no idea what this poem is talking about whatsoever. Sometimes they're so cryptic that they flow right above my head. Fly, rather. Okay. Expected level is Insight 2, level 50. We're still fine. Should be for the foreseeable future. Hey. The Wave of Art. See what this is about.
Malcolm, when will they give us the order to attack?
When or where this is happening?
What's taking so long? The island is just across the bay. We have men, weapons, supplies, everything. Just give us order and we will take to shore.
So it's the human forces preparing to attack the island. The way that I understood it, they should be swept by the storm in the immediate future.
Check out these bad boys. Anti-Arcanum weapons courtesy of the American from that Walden place. That creep just doesn't sit right with me. He's got that Arcanus stink about him.
Oh goody, racism.
But his technology's solid and we needed it. We've got to get ahead of the Serbs and the Greeks.
Is he Russian? This army has been stationed here for a long time, perhaps too long. The soldiers, stranded and demoralized by the failed landing, face days of uncertainty without orders while politicians bicker. They are left to hit the food meal by meal, watching the chances slip away.
Relax, Georgie. Leaves the decisions to the big shots. I'm sure they'll just hug out the differences in the meeting room or something.
That rarely happens from my experience, but sure.
Besides, you saw the monsters on that island. Can't speak for everyone here, but I don't want to die.
Screw the negotiations! Screw the committee! Like it or not, we were the first ones to find the island, not the Austrians or the Germans.
He grumbles and picks the monocular back up, straining to catch another glimpse of the island across the waters. The sea is tranquil, as it often is this time of the year. The water sparkles under the golden sun, stretching to the horizon without an island in sight.
Damn, those Arcanists have gone into hiding again.
Right.
I swear I could see it from here yesterday.
He blinks, unsure if his eyes are tricking him.
Are those bird-like creatures leaving in droves?
His words barely catch anyone's attention. A new poker game is underway on the supply crate. A radio, a couple of beers, and a game of poker. A rare moment of enjoyment. Who could ask for more? In this situation, I guess that counts.
Georgie, brother, leave them be! Come, play with us!
I cannot place the accents whatsoever. They sound kind of Slavic to me, but...
George?
The soldier does not seem to hear his name. He grips the monocular tightly, his mouth contorting as if he
What a good
mutters.
opportunity this is. It's too good to pass up. We've got to act now.
A drop of vibrant paint slides down his cheek and lands on the ground with a splatter. Oh, the Stone Syndrome is catching up to them.
We will claim what is ours. This island belongs to us. It's in our territory and we were the first to find it. Why shouldn't it be ours?
The cut players pause, gawking at the paint sliding down each other's faces, unaware that their own faces are melting as well.
The Austro-Hungarian Empire has officially declared war on Serbia. Russia is mobilizing in support of Serbia. Germany demands Russia to stop mobilizing at once. Germany is mobilizing. France is mobilizing.
Right. The World War is starting. In the silence, only the sound that fills the air is static of the radio. Right, and this broadcast happens afterwards. Hello, Kakanya. The street has turned into a canvas of mesmerizing hues. The colorful paints swirl and burst, creating one spiral after another. It's almost like the stage set of a twisted carnival.
Father! Mother! Albert! Ilsa! Open the door! It's important! You have to listen to me!
I'm guessing that it's too late for her family. She pounds on the door, but as soon as she makes contact, the door softens and melts like butter. She trips through the door, but quickly recoils at the horror inside. The art and specimens, once delicate and exquisite, now resemble a jumble of spilled paint.
No. No. This can't be. Albert?
Still with a glimmer of hope, she carefully calls out to her brother.
Clara, it's odd to see you so flustered. What's the matter?
The familiar voice brings immense relief to her heart.
I'm headed to the business school. We'll talk when I get back.
Albert picks up the hat and adjusts the brim. The pin on the hat Bingle's shop shimmers in the dim light. Thank goodness he seems to be fine. He's still the reliable brother she remembers, the family pride, in his sharp three-piece suit.
Business school?
Oh, and he is dripping as well. Right.
But didn't you swear to never go back? Ever since your human classmate shot your arm in a duel. Wait, what happened to your arm?
It's turning into paint as well. He turns around and Gakania can finally see. Half of his suit is covered in colors, paint training down his face and pulling at his feet. An arm of flowing colors is attached to his body, like a mismatched puzzle piece. Right.
Oh, Ethan. Yes, he wounded me. He had to prove his standing to the Brotherhood. There was no other way. But that's in the past. He gave me his arm, so now we're even.
Oh. He raises his left hand to show her the blade. Streaks of blood are still on it. Okay, so he murdered someone. He casually tosses it aside, letting it clatter into the darkness and disappear into the swirls of colors. Albert grabs his walking stick, his new arm dangling lifelessly at his side.
I have to go. I have to find Johnson, Raymond, and Herbert. That little rascal pushed Ilsa into the fountain. We have a score to settle. Take care, Clara.
He strides past her and hails a carriage.
Albert, don't go!
A carriage with triangles for wheels at the door. Okay. She runs to stop the carriage, but it's unaffected by her efforts, like everything else in this place. A set of footsteps approach from behind. Approaches, should read.
The storm syndrome is spreading, Doctor. Stay any longer, you'll be infected too.
Right.
Please, leave with me.
The trembling ground interrupts her. A mob with distorted faces swarms through the streets, chanting slogans and singing in their own tongues. White pro-war pamphlets litter the ground like snowflakes being absorbed into the mire of effervescent paint? How do you even read that? Effervescent paint. What does this even mean? It's the first time that I'm seeing this word. Oh! Fizzy. Fair enough. The city is bursting with unrelenting energy like a speeding chariot or a twirling powder keg.
The sign bell in the parade. Is that Aurora?
I think I adjust the volume a little bit. This should be fine.
I just met her at the coffee house last week. We were talking about her wedding.
Watch out, Doctor!
Sign crashes to the ground beside them. Rage-filled citizens are tearing the streets apart. Even the handles of roadside benches are yanked off and made a weapon. The fervent protest consumes all who come across it, forcing them to participate with no option to decline.
This is bad. They have lost their minds.
Apparently so.
This way, Doctor. We have to get out of here.
Okay, let's disintegrate everything in our path. We should go quickly. Standard procedure, like this.
通幽动微，墨韵虚无。 Thank you for your cooperation.
I very much like this supporting form of Sotheby in the background. It looks cute. Okay, so we're dropping something like
No worries.
that.
An interesting one.
Should do it.
Let me think on it.
Thunder Talisman! Scientific
With some luck, just the normal incantations will take care of them.
天道必反，其势
Right,
好还。
I didn't even need the impromptu incantation.
梗係我捉你，唔係你捉我啊！ This way, Doctor. We have to go back to your clinic. The Special Operations Squad will meet us there.
The young investigator holds the doctor's hand, determined to do her duty. But the doctor halts her steps and droops her head, looking dejected.
Marcus, you once said that there was another way to make things right.
Right?
And then you did your part, as I did mine.
But there's still so much more that you can do.
But now, after all that's happened, please tell me, what's the point of us trying?
There's a job to be done yet.
Will we save them in time? Is there any chance that we can turn things around?
Well, you'll only know if you keep trying. She struggles to hold back a sob. The roaring crowd fades into the distance, and the ring road of yesterday is now but a distant memory, never to be relieved.
The ritual you acquired, the one you said could save everyone. Is it working now?
Not exactly. Ah.
Let me in.
So we are back to the Foundation, okay. The floor in Laplace's corridor has lost its clean silvery sheen. Dawkins and his slobbering mud certainly played a role in the destruction. The gods used every cleaning orb in the inventory to restore even a hint of its original glory. A pair of angry feet stomps across the floor, ignoring their colleagues' attempts to stop them. Enigma adds more muddy footprints without hesitation.
I have just one question. Why hasn't the project stopped yet?
Because probably Lucy is very determined to make it work. His outcry elicits a reaction. The door to the director's office flings open and an angry figure storms out.
Adler Hoffman, you have been removed from the team. You're not authorized to be here. You have violated
the LSCC safety management regulations? I brought them with me. You're welcome.
He throws the hefty manual right into his former leader's face.
If you cared about the regulations as much as you claim, you'd know that none of what's happening aligns with its guidelines. Even the head of Laplace has no authority to continue the experiment under these circumstances.
Before he can continue, his ex-leader sharply cuts him off.
Get out of my face, Adler. I don't have time for this. We're in a state of war.
Are you?
Every participant has signed an informed consent form. If you are not part of this project, please leave immediately. We only have 18 hours until the storm. This is it. The first time we've made such a breakthrough in all 9 storms. Your sister gave up her life to take us this far. I hope you don't need me to remind you that.
Adler Hoffman is abruptly silent. A fiery rage ignites in his hazel eyes. A deafening void engulfs the space as Ulrich realizes his verbal blunder.
Yes, she made the ultimate sacrifice, hoping that it would lead to a breakthrough. But instead, death continues to rise. How can you let this go on?
He charges ahead, shoving Ulrich aside with his elbow. Addict's head slams against the wall, ferrofluids shifting erratically inside.
I demand to know why the experiment is still going!
He starts working on the padlock on the door. Nothing's going to stop him from breaking through today. The alarm goes off. Ulrich struggles to his feet against the wall, a hand up to his head.
Don't we have enough crazies around here? Madame Lucy has important things to do. She has no time for you. Go cry to your therapist, human.
Important? What could be possibly more important than this right now? What happened to the humanitarian ideals of the Foundation? Are we now under the tyranny of machines? What's this important thing she's got to do? Reading the paper? Sipping on oil and charging up in a 230-volt bath?
He cracks the code, pushing Ulrich's arm aside. Enigma forces his way into the room. The room is completely dark. Oh, it's one of the artifacts from the Windows to Other Worlds.
Is that you, Adler?
A piston spins at his feet.
Welcome.
Ah. I have this premonition that Lucy did something to herself to affect the situation. And that's why she's indisposed.
Oh, look at this mirror, dear. There's a sizable stain on it.
Miss Narrator strikes again. Okay. I don't see any stains.
Look closer, dear. You can no longer see the part that has broken off, but you can see where it once was. Right there. A sizable stain. The owner thought the stain would be removed if she smashed the mirror. Now she has a collection of little mirrors, and the stain has gone into hiding.
Whose mirror is it? Is
A
this?
lady with great ambitions and an unconscious charm. A lady who wishes to make the rest of the world accept who she is, and has suggested that many others join her way of thinking.
Who is she referring to? Akana?
Her brother, on the contrary, hopes to be taken in. In his attempt to act like everyone else, he lost an arm in a duel.
Oh. She was referring to Kakanya. Okay.
If you ask me, dear, I'd say they're very alike. Equally lonely. The brother and sister are a mirror image of each other. She's often repulsed by the sight of him, unable to reconcile herself with all that he reminds her of. Now the brother has found his missing arm, along with his long-lost dignity. The surgery that the sister had been hoping would be done on this world has finally started. But all of a sudden, she's terrified of the incisions.
Right. Like most revolutionaries, they back once the revolution actually starts. It only looks appealing on paper.
As I said, despite their differences in approach, the brother and sister are mirror images of one another.
I'm not seeing it.
But now the mirror is broken. I hope she can make it through the 7 years of bad luck. Poor thing. There's no way around it.
Alright. Next part it is. Sandstorm in a room. The piston rotates on the floor like a toy top.
I am not in a suitable form to receive a guest.
I beg your finest pardon?
Simone, can you put me back in my body?
Her assistant rushes over and puts her into a robot body. So wait,
I feel much better. Thank you.
her personality is in just a piston? That's weird. Okay, sure.
Oh, you have even put on a face for me. How sweet of you. I have noticed your icy gaze, Researcher Adler. You are yearning to correct the logic of this place. Well, I only said that to Simone out of courtesy. In reality, whichever body I am put into makes no difference to me.
Her ill-timed explanation annoys him even more.
The experiment, ma'am. Why hasn't it stopped? Are you going to pretend that nothing's happened? That no one died? Could it be that you and Ulrich, the awakened, being the tin cans you are, have no regard for actual lives?
I'm guessing that the awakened is a term for arcanists slash special people that are basically objects like the Apple radio and the robot.
Adler Hoffman, I will not warn you again.
Alric storms back into the room with two guards ready to throw him out at any moment.
Relax, Adler. You are led by a biased opinion because you lack critical information. A common defect in all cognitive processes. I believe you will shift to a more rational perspective once you receive sufficient information on the subject.
What do you know that he doesn't?
A more rational perspective?
The human, known for his logical thinking, responds with an overwhelming amount of feeling.
We are humans, not machines. We are not expendable parts. I have plenty of reasons to question your decisions. Your excessive insistence on this experiment could be a sign of uncontrollable behavior, a trait commonly seen in arcanists.
The experiment has been cancelled everywhere.
Okay.
Except for this very room.
What?
The robot flashes a smile, as if anticipating the man to be pleased with her response.
As you and researcher Medicine Pocket have said, the ritual is beyond the limits of almost everyone here. The side effects will kill them before the ritual can even take effect.
Right.
The first wave was inevitable. Dora had pressed send before she disintegrated. We only managed to halt the subsequent transmissions and evacuate the unaffiliated staff. We kept only a few arcanists on the team, and each has signed the consent form.
Mutual consent, that bloody form again.
Forgive me, ma'am, but I have to use your argument against you. You too are guided by a biased opinion, an overly optimistic one. Because you have failed to properly assess the risks involved. We have suffered enough misfortunes just by uttering a few syllables of the incantation.
Were there more? Wasn't it very short? Just press circle and that's it?
We've talked about the limit of things before. You should know better and ask the rest of the team to quit the experiment. Your insistence will only bring calamity upon calamity on our people for nothing.
The researcher fights to stay calm, reiterating his views he had already shouted in the hallway. Ulrich begins his retort, but the director simply nods in agreement.
You might be right. But how is being right going to help us?
Huh?
She grins, trying for a warm, gentle smile, but it comes across as anything but. Enigma despises that face. Every time she tries to show a hint of humanity, it only served to highlight how different she was from everyone else.
You spoke of the limit. And I am surprised that it is you who brought it up.
Enigma pauses for a second, not sure if she's being sarcastic.
The physical appearance of humans has remained relatively unchanged since the Neolithic era, but their thoughts and civilization continued to evolve and underwent significant transformations.
Right.
The achievements that humanity enjoys today were not given to the species by any one person with godlike powers, but were the result of the collective efforts of all human beings. Limits and boundaries must be pushed, or there would never have been room for development. There is no reason to believe that the limit cannot be challenged, especially when we already have the tools to do so.
That's all nice and all, but what are you trying to say in this instance?
We must make progress happen.
Okay, but you are sacrificing lives to do so at this point?
Grandiose lies.
Lies?
Oh crap, he forgot about her excellent hearing.
We have no choice but to go beyond that limit. If we do not break away from the storm, there is no future for us, let alone progress. We need to first determine all the side effects as a priority. This important step will help us compile data and eliminate the effects so our colleagues can use the ritual safely.
And who will try it this time, Madam Lucy? You're not going to test the side effects as the cost of lives, are you?
No. Thanks to Ulrich, we stumbled upon a breakthrough.
What kind of breakthrough?
You are right. It is time to send the other Arcanists home. Only the Awakened are needed here.
The Awakened.
The tungsten wires glow faintly red in the dark, then the room is lit.
The power is back, Mom. We are ready to resume.
It will take time to properly explain. Please
Okay.
wait, Adler. We have yet to reach an agreement.
What? Are you experimenting? Here?
She's probably experimenting on herself, I'm guessing. Ignoring his surprise, Lucy sits down on the iron bench. Wires of various sizes are attached to her body. The instrument comes to life to the piston's rhythm, faithfully recording every change in the robot. From her slightest movements to arcane fluctuations, nothing goes unnoticed.
La Unwa.
Wait, she's reciting it?
Frozen in place by the scene, he looks around the room in disbelief.
She's read the reports, right? She was there when Dora broke into pieces.
Rarely does her back curl up like this. The usual cheerful expression on her face has changed to one of unease, suggesting that something is amiss. A hunk of metal should not feel pain, they have no flesh, no nerves. But if she is in agony, what could be the cause of such torment? Will she break apart too, like those people? The ominous curse has set its sights on its prey. It watches, almost like Zeus on a mountaintop, ready to unleash lightning on the mortals who dare to steal fire.
No. Simone, I cannot continue.
The most primal instinctual fear. This is the first time he ever heard her emotions pour out so raw.
You fools! Don't just stand there! Stop her! Now!
Panic and horror twists in his stomach. He has an irresistible urge to rip out the wires and put an end to her torture.
Who's going to lead us if she also turns into a pile of scraps?
Stay where you are, Enigma.
Ulrich's voice, full of animosity, comes from behind.
You insisted on being here. You demanded to see this.
Okay.
Don't bring your pathetic, narrow-minded humanitarian values in here and tell us what to do. What do you know about us?
I'd like to know more, because we had no proper explanation so far. Simone leans over to her.
You can do it, madam. This is just part of the established procedures.
She speaks softly.
Just a few more syllables, madam, and it will be over.
Established procedures.
Fear ebbs away a little as she repeats those
I
words.
like that.
Her eyes close, she forces out the last word with great determination.
Seer Clo.
It is done. A clear, accurate, impeccable read. Right at that moment, the lights in the lab go out.
Was that all, Simone?
Yes.
No one can see her face in the darkness, but Enigma believes it to be a smile.
Good.
And what happened to her? A gust of sound rises in the room. Without warning and out of nowhere, it screams through the enclosed darkness. The raging storm engulfs the robot's cold metal body, carrying her away with great force. When the sun subsides, all that remains is an old piston clattering to the ground. So, I think she's using the fact that she's not a living being, at least not in a biological sense, and that she can be torn apart and survive it. So she can repeat the process, gather data, and repeat it again after she's been reassembled. Interesting. Pioneers. Even if there's no path, even if there's no destination. Alright. A deathly silence. Until Enigma stumbles back, nearly falling over another person in the room.
She's dead.
Don't think she is. The piston lies motionless on the ground, as lifeless as any other.
This is what you wanted to show me?
As any other object, right? As lifeless as any other object. His heart pounds in his ears as he pants.
To watch her utter a curse that's always brought death, only to die in vain?
Fist clenched and slick sweat. I'm guessing that she's going to jump scare him, just showing up that she's still alive in this state.
And you just let it happen?
Ulrich looks at him, his voice poised and steady.
Calm down.
Calm down. She's dead right there. You murderer.
No, she isn't, I don't think.
We have already repeated this experiment many times.
Enigma is in disbelief.
Many times? What? You've sent people to their deaths over and over again?
No, probably it was just Lucy doing this over and over again. For a smart guy, he's pretty dumb. If he's not getting it. The ferrofluid flows again, forming a shape that Enigma can only interpret as disdain.
Look at you, Adler, peeing your pants over a curse. The human boy is so scared that he forgot to ask the crucial question. Did the ritual work?
But what do you mean? The curse. The side effect killed her. The experiment failed. Is that not what happened?
No, you dumbass.
No. Triggering the curse and failure are two separate things. I was the first one to recite the incantation, way before Dora. When I read it aloud, it worked. I felt the warmth of a miraculous blessing on my head. Soft. Light as a feather.
Huh.
I told Madame Lucy right away. But as soon as she left the room, the curse hit me, and I began to liquefy.
But you got better.
There was no one else in the room. My liquid form had become too insubstantial to push the help button. A long darkness followed. After that, I woke up again in my original primitive form, the way I first came into this world.
Original primitive form?
Huh. The ferrofluid pulsates, which in Ulrich's body language is a nod.
Unlike humans, the awakened have neither flesh nor nerves. We are pieces of consciousness, echoes of a primordial melody that just happen to reside in material objects by chance.
Right, like the radio and the apple.
With a mind and a body combined, we could talk, learn, think like you do, and perform the experiment and endure the side effects. And this curse, for some reason, cannot affect the primal consciousness that caused our awakening in the first place. While human minds dissipate when their tangible bodies are destroyed, our minds reawaken regardless of the changes and destruction of our external bodies.
Interesting. So they are practically almost immune to it, to the curse. Well, not exactly, but they can get better from it.
Of course, this was an assumption based on idealized circumstances, and I needed another awakened being who could awaken in different bodies to confirm my theory. That is why I sought out Madame Lucy for cross-verification. The results?
Yes, it was an assumption. You said it yourself. You came back to life this time. But what about the next? Nothing is for sure in Arcanum. What if she never wakes up again? What if she dies for good?
Well, that will be a new data point then. He swats Enigma's hand away.
We know what we are doing, human. Stay out of this. Only the awakened can carry out the experiment. So we must proceed. This has nothing to do with race. It is a sense of duty that every researcher should have possessed when they chose this path. We have to go beyond the limit. Not out of madness, but out of rationality.
Silence fills the room, like the beginning of time when there was no sound to be heard. Then slowly, the piston starts to spin.
We seem to have replicated effect number 2. And 117 of the Coleman Lab's protective rituals were proven ineffective. Write it down, Simone. This is the 4th time we have seen it. Also, number 45 and 69 are related to it.
Nice.
We need to speed up. This is too slow.
Okay. So her original form is just this piston. The lights are back on again, and the piston is placed into a new body. Being prepared for all possible outcomes requires a significant amount of metal material, but it's essential for data collection and analysis. With a soft hum, the robot turns her head and looks at Enigma surprised.
Adler, what are you doing here?
So she forgot that he was in this room while the procedure started?
I am glad to see you out of your room and working with us again.
No, he's not on the team, Mum. He forced his way in here.
Oh? My apologies. I seem to lose a small amount of data when I reawaken.
Apparently so. She smiles at him, as she always does.
Still, I am glad that you are showing initiative, Adler. Were we supposed to talk?
No. We have nothing more to discuss, ma'am. Ulrich has filled me in on everything.
So is he going to accept this?
But I still worry whether the experiment's risks were properly assessed.
Assessments will only be assessments. Much is beyond measure when it comes to Arcanum. Perhaps faith plays a more important role here.
Enigma is caught off guard by her words.
I'm surprised it is you talking about faith, ma'am.
It seems we both have the ability to surprise each other.
As they speak, the robot strolls over to her chair and sits back down.
You are right. Assessments could indeed be useful to us. It allows us to know the probabilities of success and failure based on established facts and past experience. But when we find ourselves in uncharted darkness, with no information or past experience to guide us, how are...
Oh, sorry.
But when we find ourselves in uncharted darkness, with no information or past experience to guide us, how are assessments going to help us?
She ponders and stares into the void. Perhaps the experiment did fry some circuits. She's more sentimental than usual.
The only thing we have in such darkness is the unwavering faith to move forward. When the first steam engine whistled, I awoke into this world.
Huh, okay.
At the beginning of this new life, my circuits were charged with a singular primal desire to progress. In the midst of that never-ending whistle, I have watched man build the towers of science and knowledge, and I have watched them unleash chaos and destruction. You too have been lost and deterred, but your engines of progress have never stopped churning. Always move forward, no matter the destination you told yourselves, until the storm brought everything to a standstill. But this is just a small setback. We are only back to the beginning where we stumble blindly. And this time, I happen to have a cane.
In what form? She gives him a tender smile.
No need to worry about me. I will not shut down as long as there is still hope for progress. We have wasted a bit of time on data recovery. Come, Simone. Let us begin the next experiment. I hope to dissolve into paste this time, so we can easily handle it with a Coleman's ritual of transformation.
Okay. The human researcher knows that it'd be inappropriate for him to stay here any longer. Gritting his teeth, he moves towards the door, trying his best to leave the horrific scene behind him. Someone is waiting for him by the door.
Seen enough? We know what we are doing, and you are of no help here. It's been the same old story in this place for the past 8 years. When your faith crumbled during the storm, it was us who took over the place and cleaned up after you. It was us who got things back up and running, put coals in the hearth, and blazed a trail when everyone was lost in the dark. I know you may not understand the intricacies of the Arcanum, but please, show some basic respect for our efforts.
Will you do the experiments yourself, Ulrich?
Of course. I am not some emotional, unhelpful little punk.
Shots fired. Instead of his usual witty comeback, Enigma simply shakes his head in a slow motion.
Do you still remember Adams?
A sudden question that seems out of place. The ferrofluid quivers. The name seems to unearth memories that have been buried for 8 long years in the confines of this institution.
Adams, Roman, Adolf, Sylvia, Albert, Louise, those who were taken from us by the rain. Melvin, Francis, Caroline, Leopold. They volunteered for the field, but we never heard from them again. Now we have Dora, Richard, Dawkins, and Victor on the list. Life has a wicked sense of humor. My mentor, my classmates, my colleagues. Each of them deserved to live more than me. But they're all gone now. There's only me talking to you. Alive. Useless. Am I going to see your names on that list too, Ulrich?
In this rare moment, he lowers his head. But soon he raises his arms and slaps the man hard on the back.
Spare me the feelings, human. Though I will take back my sarcastic jabs at you, it is not something a leader should do. Madame Lucy talked to me about the importance of teamwork.
He awkwardly pats the human on the shoulder. A clumsy attempt at friendliness.
Go back to your room, Adler. The Arcanists will take over from here. Until we get the results, you won't be needed here.
Enigma heaves a breath.
I will say this, Ulrich. If you survive the experiments...
Alarmed by the opening words, Ulrich instinctively turns down his receiver to avoid hearing anything too warm. That will be more painful than suffering through 100 experimental side effects.
I will submit the sincerest application to never be on the same team as you again.
Emotional damage.
So neither of us will have to worry about teamwork. How's that sound?
A curve that almost resembles a smile appears on his face.
I will wait for that application, Adler.
Huh. Okay. Interesting. Now roll up your sleeves and clear your mind. This is not the time to grieve. If human reasoning and arcane knowledge are not enough on their own, perhaps a combination of the two can solve this problem. Yeah, Enigma, get back to work. Do something useful instead of just grumbling. The lab door is in shambles, its metal plate barely hanging on. A wooden sign reading "Keep Out" sways precariously, covered in bite marks and scratches. Enigma takes a moment before finally knocking on the door. A voice answers from within.
Who's there?
Adler Hoffman from the cryptography team. Is Medicine Pocket in? I heard that they wrote a paper on the linear correlation between the purity of an Arcanist bloodline and their power. Can I get some more details on the research?
The door creaks open to reveal a youthful face, but she's not the genius he's looking for. The lab technician looks at him through her glasses and hesitates a little.
The paper is here. Help yourself. Sorry about the stains on it. I just took it out of the trash.
Oh?
If you're looking for Medicine Pocket, I'm afraid they just left.
Left? To where?
There's a subtle conflict on her face. She's torn between covering for her colleague and following the rules. If it's more than enough for him to catch on. It is more than enough for him to catch on. Okay.
They left the building? Hasn't the countdown already begun?
That it did.
Yes, and by regulations we are not to leave, but,
But?
They said their new theory had to be verified in the storm.
Okay. To be continued. Next part. Side effect defense research progress report. 3. Immediate death, no other symptoms. 7. Soluble in soil. 14th hair modification. 30. Dispersion of consciousness. 46. Fluid allergy. 47. Persistent severe dehydration. 48. Proportional body shrinkage. 57. Embrittlement of the whole body. 3. Unstoppable and irreversible. Avoid the ground and wear special footwear. Oh, so those are the solutions to the outcomes. Right. So immediate death, unstoppable and irreversible. 7. Avoid the ground and wear special footwear. 14th. Shave head and also fooder. I guess that's one way to do it. 30. Dispersion of consciousness. Call out loud. What does this fix? maintain dry environment, control water intake, continuous infusion, administer care as per lab test animal standards. (57) Apply a solidifying spell or wrap in cotton. Okay. So the side effects are practically random every time. Fair enough. Open the floodgates. Okay. What is this now? Storm arrives in 17 hours.
Ha! Fresh air, green grass, the dew, the mud. This is what I'm talking about. A better world.
They kick the muddy ground with their boot in ecstasy. The mud splatters on the Foundation staff member's jacket, but he remains professional and does not bat an eye.
Researcher Medicine Pocket, I must remind you that we are at the edge of the immunity zone to the storm. Once we cross the line, we will not only catch the storm syndrome, but also be taken by the storm at the end of the countdown.
Right. The entrance of the Foundation headquarters is bustling with personnel. As the storm approaches, a long line of field investigators has formed at the gate, waiting to pass through security. Medicine Pocket groans. They spread their hands in frustration, clearly unhappy with how skilled the staff members is at avoiding confrontation.
I know that. How stupid do you think I am? Hey, isn't that Rudolph? The poor guy sent to Tunguska? Hey man, how was Siberia? Welcome back. Did you bring me any new research materials? Oh, you don't recognize me? You're breaking my heart. It's me, your best friend that you just met, Medicine Pocket.
Medicine Pocket's attempt to approach the line is quickly thwarted. The staff member has to practically yank them back by their arms and legs.
Researcher, I must make clear that you only applied for 15 minutes outside for research purposes. Your countdown starts from the moment when you cross this line.
Okay, safety first, I know. Get off me, you're hurting my arms.
Because you are being a brat. Medicine Pocket struggles desperately and finally manages to plant all 4 limbs back on the ground.
I'll bounce as soon as the storm syndrome hits. Even if I catch it, look at the syndromes of this era. Distorted faces, murderous intentions, obsession with war, rampage. What's got you so worried? They aren't that bad. Well, the melting faces part is kind of gross.
The staff member responds with a blank expression. Good morning to you as well. For me it's late afternoon, but all the same. Welcome to the stream. I'm just getting through chapter 7, like middle of it, still. The staff member responds with a blank expression. Medicine Pocket shrugs. They kneel down and open up a leather case. 1 week is more than enough for a genius like them to upgrade an old apparatus. Is this the sampling device that Vertin got from her? Or a copy of it? This is the second version of the sampling device for asymmetrical nuclide air, boasting improved sensitivity compared to its predecessor. Right. So the same device that Vertin got. Gotcha.
I really wanted to test this in Vienna. Oh well, better than nothing. Alright, now, I'm gonna walk a little further from the immunity zone so the samples are easier to gather. The ideal distance is 1,500 kilometers, but, oh, don't worry, not gonna do that. Even I can't run that fast.
They hold the sampling device in their hands and step across the boundary. Behind them, the staff member starts his timer, a skeptical look on his face. What she is trying to test here?
Now behold, the important moment.
Okay.
When I prove the dorks in Laplace wrong about asymmetrical nuclide R.
Amaze us. The room is as dark and dusty as when Enigma last saw it, but to him it's a sanctuary. So they are not going to show us immediately what happens to Medicine Pocket during that test? Okay. Cliffhanger it is. We're back to Enigma. The towering pile of files and all that outdated equipment immediately isolate him from the rest of the world. Finally, he's back in his fortress. Now, the question is he going to brood in there or actually do something useful for a change? Okay, let's see.
Now, hypothetically, if the storm research were to succeed, two things should have been done.
He scribbles quickly on the dusty whiteboard. Safe usage of the ritual for Arcanists. Mass production of the ritual for humans.
And to find out the safe way to use it, we have to...
have the power to wield it. Minimize the side effects.
This is what Lucy was thinking. The Awakened met the casting requirements of the incantation, and Ulrich succeeded, while the other Arcanists did not feel the same miraculous blessing like he did.
Right.
So as long as we eliminate the side effects, they'll be able to inscribe the incantation and mass produce it for the humans.
I guess.
One problem is, only the Awakened can carry out the experiments, and there's not many of them around. It'll take too long. There's no way to do this in 24 hours. Heck, it could take months or even years.
Well, that's assuming that they are going to be doing this blindly.
There must be something else we can do.
Well, you could point them in the right direction. Make them waste less time on pointless attempts.
But you are not an Arcanist. Why should you play by their rules?
Right.
Yes, that's right. Let's try a different approach. What if I start with the desired outcome and work backwards to the question?
Crosses out the second step.
The quickest and most efficient way to save everyone is to make them qualified casters of the ritual.
Right. Okay, so you increase your sample size then.
They won't even need protective equipment if we can do that. The challenge is, how do we qualify the casting requirements?
Create a device that supplements the process or circumvents the caster completely? Make it a device that does the thing instead of a person? Like a, magic wand or something. He looks at the papers on his desk in desperation.
Medicine Pocket's theory is correct, and there's enough data and supplementary experiments to back it up. The power of Arcanists is directly tied to the purity of their bloodline, which is associated with the special cells in their bodies.
Right.
Using arcane skills reduces the activity of the cells, but the Picasma extract can reactivate them for extended casting. However, the extract only provides endurance, not power. It is physiologically impossible for a low-ranked Arcanist to cast a high-ranked skill. That's the reality of it.
But can't you make an object a medium for that? We've seen people use Arcanist objects that allow them to cast things that they shouldn't be able to.
If we were to compare the power of Arcanists to household appliances, let's say their normal voltage is 230 volts, and if the Storm Immunity Ritual were a high voltage source of 1000 volts, No, millions of volts, like lightning. The household appliances would be destroyed in an instant.
Right. He is used to simplifying complicated arcane jargon into relatable examples for practical application, and it's a good approach, honestly.
As for the humans, they're not even in the picture. We cannot cast to begin with, and I personally didn't feel any blessing or curse when I recited half of the incantations that day.
Okay, so you cannot even activate it. Right. He falls back into his chair, rubbing at his temple. The researchers struggles against his defeatist mindset, but the hopelessness is hard to ignore.
Think, how can I get everyone to meet the casting requirements of the ritual? Forget what's theoretically impossible. The Arcanum never gave a damn about certainties. I've been reminded plenty that logic does not apply to things like this.
Right. Maybe make this a group ritual? That could also work, maybe. Instead of making one Arcanist cast it, make Coven of sorts that casts the spell and the burden is being spread out across the participants. Irritated, he pushes the papers aside and pulls a book of Arcanum from the mountain of clutter.
What about shortcuts? Are there records of transcendental rites? Significant celestial events? Sacrificial offerings? Or even Numa emanating ingredients that could boost the user's casting abilities?
I bet there are.
Wait. Numa emanating.
A thought flashes across his mind.
Where have I seen that word before?
He rushes to the bookshelf and starts rummaging through the dusty volumes.
It was in the files Ulrich told me to read. The Timekeeper's report from the Aegean Sea. Those islanders call the storm the Emanation.
Right.
Why? The Emanation. Emanation. Just what is emanating out?
The door swings open with a loud bang, causing him to jump in surprise. The towering stack of books next to the door tumbles over, as if nudged by an invisible force. Then he hears a familiar sound, shuffling footsteps from hallway outside, sticky and wet. Oh. Okay.
What the? Dawkins, I hope you know this is not the time to catch up. That is if you're able to talk at all. No! Let go! I've just come up with an idea! Leave me alone!
He braces himself against the desk, trying to resist being thrown out of the room. He screams across, stretching his fingers until he finally reaches the red button.
Somebody! Help!
Huh. Okay. I'm guessing that they had this researcher contained and he broke containment? Alright, we are beating up a modman. Fair enough, this should be quick.
Dental checkup.
Let's explode them.
Copy that.
There we go. Explosions abound.
Crackers and fireworks.
There we go. Easy peasy.
They are much naughtier than the Foundation's.
Who needs strategy when you have overwhelming firepower on your side?
You're not really here for revenge. And it wasn't you who pushed away the books and opened the door. The invisible ghost. Victor, did you do that?
The colossal muddy gingerbread man nods, surprisingly docile. Beside him, a whiteboard marker in the air begins to write on the wall, "It's me." So the one researcher that became intangible and invisible. Then the marker turns its tip and points at the door. Enigma does as his friend suggests and walks all out into the hallway. Outside, people are talking and laughing with genuine joy on their faces.
Ah, Researcher Adler!
A figure in a shiny uniform suddenly stops nearby. Enigma recognizes her as the unfortunate colleague who works with Medicine Pocket.
What happened? Any progress?
Yes, Researcher Medicine Pocket has proved their theory right.
Which one?
They have successfully found the asymmetrical nuclide R in the air before the storm, even if only a trace.
Okay.
What did you say?
They came up with the idea because the nuclide was initially found in the raindrop samples of the storm. They deduced it also exists in the air before the storm occurs, like the water droplets in the atmosphere before rain.
Right.
So now, we can extract it directly from the air, without waiting for the timekeeper to bring the raindrops to us. This will help us a lot in the mass production of the protective gear.
Okay, so you can use the time before the storm to harvest the nuclei. Okay. A hard word to pronounce for me. She trails off as she notices the look on his face.
No way. The emanation. Asymmetrical nuclide R. She was right. The ritual works. Any arcanist can use it. And the solution was right in front of us.
Okay, how?
I didn't need to boost the caster's abilities. With the right setup and materials, the world before the storm is already an enormous stage for performing the ritual.
Oh, so it only works when you are standing in an environment before the storm. Okay.
It's like a charged pylon just needing a cable.
Right.
Mr. Adler?
The man slips past her and starts running towards the other end of the corridor.
Thank you, Miss Whoever, and thanks for letting me know, Dawkins and Victor.
The technician looks around but sees no one. Nearby, a muddy head and a floating pen emerge from the door. Huh. Enigma makes his way to the airlock door.
Let me in. I need to see Madame Lucy. Tell her I found a way to transcend the limit.
Huh. Okay. So he became useful again. Second generation asymmetrical nuclide R sampling device test report. When the Guardian found Medicine Pocket outside the safe zone, they were crawling on all fours, frantically shouting at that the hypothesis was correct. Hell, is she a dog? After confirming that they were not infected with the storm syndrome, just weird, but rather that it was merely a part of their personality, they were brought back by the Guardian. Bites things, shouts, walks on all fours, basically dog. The experiment proved that the outside air before the storm contains a large amount of asymmetrical nuclide R, and the performance of the second generation sampling device was fully verified, confirming its ability to accurately record concentration changes of asymmetrical nuclide R in the air per minute. That's a lot of R. Can we use it? Medicine Pocket, just overexcited, same as always. A person who transcended the syndrome. Person? Guardian Rogi? In tons of muscle pain? Poor guy. Okay. Interesting. So, next part. The storm speech. At the very least, we all now have a better understanding of how home appliances work. Okay. What's next?
We don't have time. I'll spare you the technicalities and explain it straight.
1 second, Enigma, I'll grab something to drink. Okay, and I'm back. Second. He pops off the marker cap and draws a few lines on the board, exuding confidence with every stroke.
Our biggest problem is the limit of the bloodline. Low-rank arcanists can't command high-rank arcane rituals, similar to how household appliances can't withstand what's beyond their designated voltage.
Right.
In most cases, the caster can only use their own arcane circuits that run through their inherited bloodline.
Right.
But what if the caster were in a special electric field? What if we used existing circuits on the outside and put the caster into a greater circuit? What if we factored in the entire planet and used the atmosphere to split the current flowing through us by adding more appliances to the circuit?
Right. Make this a mass ritual.
Don't be ridiculous, Adler. We are not household appliances.
The ferrofluid frowns, questioning the premises of Enigma's proposal.
Hold on, let me finish.
Lassie listens without a word, giving him some courage to go on. He draws a big circle next to the little person on the
24
board.
hours before the storm, the entire world is charged with abundant arcane energy. It becomes a space emanating pneuma, a cloud ready to discharge, a special electric field.
Right.
Look at asymmetrical nuclide R. The key to the storm immunity was inside the storm all along.
You just have to steal it.
And look at how the Mandragora is the antidote to its own poison. The solution can be hidden in the question itself. The arcane energy a caster inherently lacks can be borrowed from the surroundings during the storm. We just need a way to induct that energy.
Okay.
And Laplace happens to have all the data for the calculations. The observation systems we've built over the past 8 years have not been in vain.
Second. There we go.
First, we derive a formula to determine the pneuma needed from the storm based on the Arcanist lineage. Then, we'll design a converter to transform the external pneuma into what they can use. They will no longer be bound by their limits. With just one calculation and one conversion, we can turn anyone into a capable caster.
Right. He excitedly stretches out his arms and ends his epic monologue. It's a good thing that emotions cannot be read on Awakened's being face.
I knew I shouldn't have wasted my time listening to you. What are you saying, Adler?
Actually, I understand what he's saying.
You made up a confusing story, then drew conclusions from it.
The second part is purely theoretical, I admit. But the basis of my theory is correct, and I have read Medicine Pocket's paper.
But Arcanum is not electricity! You're too caught up in your excitement to remember the basics. You know nothing about Arcanum.
But that doesn't mean that he's necessarily wrong.
It's still a form of energy, yes? No one here knows what the storm is, but we do know that it's a massive arcane energy field. We can harness it, much like Arcanists use arrays to amplify their incantations.
Right.
I see what Researcher Adler is trying to say. A creative solution indeed.
The director gets up from her chair and intervenes.
But ma'am...
Do not worry, Ulrich. I also have noticed that humans could be smart and stupid at the same time. Perhaps that is why they need to have their work peer-reviewed.
Shots fired. Also, not entirely wrong.
Thanks?
She nods amicably, pleased that her recent improved interpersonal skills have come in handy.
There is a type of electrophotography invented by Semyon Kurlian and his wife Valentina Kurlian in 1939 that depicts the energy field surrounding an object or body. It was later used by Laplace as a method of measuring arcane power, notably for the storm observation systems.
Right.
Through it, we are able to capture and measure the arcane light or aura that is invisible to the naked eye.
Wasting no more time on mediation, the robot comes to a conclusion.
The plan of researcher Adler is feasible. Laplace also has the technology to support it. We have the storm observation stations, the capable casters, and the best mathematicians. Ulrich, please ask Miss Titer to lead the calculations, then experiment outside the safe zone and record the Pneuma constant needed for casting the incantation. And do not give the incantation to anyone. I doubt they can resist trying it.
Ulrich lets out a reluctant hum and leaves the room as instructed.
Simone, please contact Researcher X. His balancing helmet could be the prototype for our converter. That helmet balances the energy field in and out of our bodies, and was once used to protect researchers working with dangerous arcane skills. We could boost its power and use it as a substitute for Adler's converter. But we should postpone their testing request until we have completed our experiments on the side effects.
Her assistant gives a quick nod and begins drafting the notice. The tasks are quickly assigned to the right people in less than a minute. Only one person seems to have been left out.
What about me, ma'am? Should I go with the calculations team or help with the converter?
He takes a tentative step forward, curious about his role in this endeavor. Is she going to leave him out of this?
Right. I wanted to talk about that. You have proven to us the value of human thoughts and perspectives. I am glad that your struggles with the bottle did not damage your brain, Adler. I am confident that your discoveries will save many lives in the storm once implemented.
The bottle? But it's been 7 years.
She just keeps on smiling.
But you overlooked one thing in your plan.
Which is?
What about your people? The humans who can never cast incantations.
Right. True. An apt question.
They were not included in the plan. I just came up with something that took the least steps to reach the desired outcome.
Right.
To save humans, they'll have to rely on equipment. Only when we have better control over the ritual can we store it on arcane devices for mass production.
Okay.
Then you should go perfect it.
Right, so they are taking care of the arcanist side of things, and he will be preparing to implement it for mass production.
Huh? We only have 16 hours and 30 minutes until the storm. There's not enough time to...
The feasible part of your plan is in motion, and all of Laplace will provide the help we need. We will make it work. As for yourself, perfect your plan so we can save everyone, including the humans. And we only have 16 hours and 30 minutes to find a solution.
The directions are given, clear, precise, with no room for ambiguity.
Understood. I will think of something.
Well, think fast.
You're right about this one.
He turns and walks away with long, purposeful strides. Behind Lucy, Simone has finished drafting.
There was no way he overlooked his own race. Yet, he still gave up his own people and brought this plan to us. Were we too hard on him?
Were we?
She turns nonchalantly and sits back in her chair.
But I made the right decision.
The internal line rings. The assistant puts down the list of side effects and grabs the phone.
Yes? Yes. We will provide the tech support.
What is this? Microsoft tech line? She ends the call with a grave expression on her face.
It was Xeno, Mom.
Okay.
They lost contact with Team Timekeeper 3 hours ago. They're asking us for tech support.
Right, after that happening on the island when they passed the test.
They have to make contact with the island immediately.
And we still don't know what's happening over there. The mind sinks and floats in an ocean of lethargy. A piece of driftwood would be well timed.
Don't worry, Sophia. It is just a game.
Worry, Sophia, is just a game, okay?
I won't be in there for long. You can wait for me on the beach if you want, okay?
Right, what 37 told to Sophia before they started the test. The wood dissolves into foam.
No! 37! Don't!
She wakes up on a cold...
What? What
on a
happened?
cold piece of rock. Excuse me. Well, what happened? Oh, another cliffhanger. Alrighty then. On the universal application of the storm immunity. Inform all departments the experiment has made new progress. We'll use the atmospheric asymmetrical nuclide to complete the storm immunity incantation for universal application. All personnel with computer programming experience and no specific duties should immediately assist Ms. John Titor. Also, if anyone sees Researcher X, inform him to stop slacking off immediately. We need his inventions. A ritual using Arcanum to steal electricity. Typical human thinking. It was suggested by Adler. His first real work in 8 years. God bless Franklin. Right. This is basically the Ben Franklin experiment, just with magic involved. Well, if it works, it works. Next one. Numbers in everything. Ah. Smell of gunpowder hangs heavy in the air. The once magnificent columns are now reduced to rubble.
I remember now. The
and
island
irregular
fell ill,
stones.
and Six summoned all the integers to the cleansing ceremony. 37. She went to Aperon.
Blood rings in her ears, drowning out all other sounds. Why? So, did the humans attack the island in the meantime?
They tended to their missions. I went to the square to pray for them, and then there was an earthquake.
Warplanes thunder above, whipping up debris and the girls' garments in their passing.
The human army? Wasn't the Foundation mediating the disputes?
I'm guessing that Manus Vindictae intervened again and stirred up things.
Did they betray us?
Calm now, Sophia. Your soul is imbalancing.
I need to calm down. I need to find the others.
It's imbalancing towards the excess. Okay.
Slow down and breathe. Stability is an essential virtue to becoming an integer.
Okay.
Okay. Let's clean up the place first.
She places a hand on the brass ruler on her waist. As pious as ever, begins to recite the incantation.
Ena eftegromot mima, schematizete otan anosume dios semia.
Nothing happens.
The incantation didn't work? Did they fail to perform the cleansing ceremony?
She stands frozen for what seems like an eternity, disoriented and unsure. It feels like her world has crumbled beneath her feet. But then she notices a familiar figure in the distance.
Is that 42?
The man struggles to stand, rambling to the emptiness around him.
No one survives the oblivion.
His hysteria is acting up again. I should help.
Okay.
Die, you lunatics! This is our land! Right from the beginning!
When the smoke clears, 42 is gone.
No. No! Be calm. Be stable. Think.
Integers are the living example of virtues, the standard of purification.
I have to go check on him. I can do this.
Is the representation of a soul in the world of forms a true being. Right. Everything is a number. Everything is a number. Everything is a number.
Stay calm. He is just...
Well, he's dead.
He is divided into two numbers. 6 and 7. I have to find the others. I have to tell them about 42.
Sophia! What are you doing here?
She hears a recognizable voice coming from the ruins. Up on the hill, a woman raises her hand and calls to her.
Get to the shelter! It is at...
Another one dead.
Miss 18. No. I can't. This can't be happening. I have to keep it together. Move. Sophia. Get to the cave. Find... Sophia!
Quiet sob comes from the bushes. A child covers in the foliage, shaking in terror.
I'm so scared. Everyone's gone crazy. It's okay. I got you. Come out now, Lacey. We will go find the others.
But the child stares at her in panic, hugging her knees even closer to her chest.
No, I don't want to see them. They will go crazy. Everyone.
A droplet of paint emerges on her face.
Lacey? Your face.
The storm syndrome is affecting people on the island already, okay. But Lacey brushes her hand away. She turns around and runs deeper into the forest. It is the floating
Her soul
points.
has tilted toward excess. This is wrong.
It It is the floating points behind the decimal which hinders the process of our purification. Okay.
I am the corrector. I have to help her, or she'd get herself killed. I have to right the wrongs here.
What are we fighting? Mutated people. Alright. Should be easy enough.
翻工啦！
Okay.
and easy啦。
Relax.
This should take care of the first wave.
Concentrate and visualize.
Crackers and fireworks!
Please, don't resist.
Enough. Next one.
No worries.
Copy that!
Let me think on it.
This will do.
Easy lah.
Please, don't
Probably won't even need the impromptu incantation after these. Or maybe they'll survive.
骑士好还 Thunder Talisman Scientific Version!
Okay, so this guy will get obliterated by the extra action. There we go. The world is warping, painted over with vibrant oil hues. Her headache is splitting, each step feels like walking on lava.
Come on, Sophia. Keep yourself together. Keep your soul in balance.
She closes her eyes and breathes. Tilt not towards the excess. Lacey has gone out of sight, only her sobs remain to haunt her mind. Something needs to be done.
37. I must find her. I promised
Yeah.
it to her.
What the hell is happening to 37 and Vertin right now?
She is going to be fine. She's a prime number. And prime numbers are not as divisible as the others. She will pass
Interesting.
the test of Apiron and receive the transcendental truth. For she is the genius, the wise one, who returns. We will right the wrongs and restore things to how they were.
Because that is the salvation promised by the truth. But take heart, the race of man is also blessed with divinity, for nature has already revealed her secrets to them. Once you understand this blessing, you will easily achieve all that is set upon you. You will heal your soul and be freed from evil and suffering. The Golden Verses. A ray of light breaks through the darkness.
Sophia, you really waited for me.
She did.
What happened to your clothes? Did you fall on your way here?
As always, she tilts her head curiously. She has not yet seen the chaos of war. She remains innocent, untouched by the dust of the phenomenal world.
37. I'm so glad to see you. You passed the test. You did it.
You seem emotional. Why? I told you it wasn't going to be difficult.
Well, maybe not for you, but for everyone outside, yeah, it's a different story.
37. Things don't seem right out there.
Sophia desperately grabs 37's arm.
37 you have seen appear on, right? You asked the question, didn't you?
37 blinks, too unfocused to spare a glance at the world outside, for she is busy sharing her findings with a close friend.
Yes, and I got the answer. The answer that will save us from the emanation once and for all. And the answer is...
It's the truth that transcends everything. The answer that will save everyone. The last and final hope. The moment she has been waiting for.
Is that it? The one true answer from Apiron is a string of numbers?
Well, maybe it's an incantation in a form of numbers. How about that? 37 nods, having just recited the last number.
Yes, because the transcendental truth is beyond the limit of our mortal flesh. It cannot be described by words, seen by eyes, interpreted by logic, or perceived by the senses. It is passed to us in a form we can understand. Numbers. This is the key to the truth. Give me some time and I can decode it.
Warplanes still roar in the sky. Smoke still chokes the air. Her lungs burn with every breath she takes. Time is ticking and people are dying. Right, they don't have time to play around with decoding this. Helplessly, mercilessly.
Time. 37. How long do you need?
Who knows?
A month or a week?
You have hours at best.
I will spend all my time working on it. It is not an easy question. Could be the hardest one I've ever dealt with in my life. But I will get there. And then we will be freed from all these problems once and for all. Even if we don't know its meaning yet, it will eventually lead us to the kingdom of truth.
She stops her enthusiastic explanation and looks at her friend worriedly.
Sophia? Why are you crying?
Sophia looks up at her, tears streaming down her cheeks.
That long? 37.
You don't have a day at this point.
A truth that distant won't change. What's in front of us now?
Right. She breaks free from her friend's grasp and races into the smoke and dust of the phenomenal world. Right, she was counting on an easy answer that would help immediately.
Sophia!
She no longer knows why she's running. She no longer knows the purpose of her existence. Hello there, welcome to the stream. Right, I am enjoying my time with Reverse 1999. Well, in the current scene, the enjoyment is mixed because, honestly, situation is quite fucked, to say the least. She only knows of the wild, fiery sensation rising in her chest. Right. Everything is a number. Everything is a number. Everything is a number.
No.
Is this the truth? Is this the answer?
Calm yourself, Sophia.
We are like halfway through the chapter 7 at the moment, I think. Something like that. Closer to the end. I've been playing Reverse 1999 for like a month and a half, something like that. Close to it. A little over a month, I think, if I remember correctly. So I'm just starting, honestly, but I've gotten quite far into the story. Even if the truth can keep people from the wheel of birth,
I have to.
what good is it
You seem
for those
astray,
already in
child.
it? And Arcana is here now. Oh well, how is she going to make this so much worse? Is she going to lead Sophia astray somehow? A detached figure looks on from the ruins of the beach, unperturbed by the chaos. Well, it's not my main game for the streaming, but I'm streaming it regularly. And so far, since I started, I'm streaming it every stream day for like 2 hours. I usually have 3 streaming slots for every streaming day, so one of them so far is always Reverse 1999. Usually the first one that I start off with for that day. I stream on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, in general. Okay, a detached figure looks on from the ruins of the beach, unperturbed by the chaos.
And sad. What pains you so?
So it's getting kind of dark. I'll turn on the lights. Not only it's getting late, but also there is a storm brewing outside, I think. So it will be quite climatic. I enjoy mostly games that have very rich story and lore to them. So mostly RPG games. I'm playing games like Reverse 1999 when it comes to gachas. Also both OG Arknights and Arknights Enfield. And I'm mostly focusing on the story aspects of those games. I've been also playing Resident Evil games for the past month with a change. We've finished Resident Evil 9 last week, for example. And sad, what pains you so?
Has the truth not graced thee with its miracles?
And she's going probably to provide some easy but misleading answers for Sophia there. That's my guess. Okay. Notification on designing a simplified balancing helmet. Prototypes of balancing helmet developed by X have been distributed to each division to be used as afflatus balancing devices in the plan for mass production of the Storm Immunity Ritual. However, their structure is currently too complicated. Please start analyzing them immediately and simplify them to a mass-producible level. Also, since there are differences between the samples given to each group, there is no commonality in the related data. So each group must complete it independently, and due to the danger of the Storm Immunity experiment, do not privately test the reliability of the balance device outside. God, I hate X. We only have 16 hours left. X's useless Pingama boobs for mass production. This is insane. Why don't we just use the helmets directly? Make X work overtime to rush out a batch. Well, that's not feasible. Where am I from? I usually play this game with everyone who asks. If they can guess correctly where I'm from, then I will confirm it for them. No easy answers in that department. Okay, so I think for this stream, for Reverse 1999, we'll be wrapping up at this part, and we'll be continuing this on Wednesday. For now, I'll jump into the pools and make another pool at the end of the stream. Maybe we'll get another copy of Paper Heron, if luck will be with me today. Let's see what happens. Okay. Oh, not even a 5-star. Unfortunate. No luck so far. Probably just copies. Right. Oh well. I guess I'll have to keep pulling. So, for now, we'll be wrapping up the stream. I'll be taking like half an hour break to eat something quickly. And then I'll be back with Arknight's Enfield stream. So, after that, we'll be also doing a Nikkei stream because I didn't finish it on the weekend, but that's for the last spot. If you missed some parts of the stream and you want to catch up, you can go to my VOD channel on YouTube, which is linked in the description. You can also type !YouTube to get the link directly. Or if you want to be informed of my upcoming streams and schedule, that's what my Discord server is for. I'm posting it regularly on there, and it's also linked in my description, and you can type !Discord to get the link to it. So thank you for watching, and see you again in like half an hour.